God, we're going to the finals, baby. We're going to the finals. Oh my gosh. Oh. We get into the game. Hintz is back in the lineup after being questionable till game time. Faksa is out. Kiviranta and Cogliano were still in. And it's Dobie versus Leonard. I honestly thought that Vegas might go with Fleury in this one, just to kind of change it up and try and get a different vibe going. But they stuck with Leonard, which also is honestly not a bad decision because Leonard is also a really good goalie. We start the game and Vegas goes in and starts putting pressure on early. And I expected this. I didn't notice though, like with the Colorado and like in that game 5 where they scored 5 in the first, Stars didn't look existent really in that game, whereas this one they were at least putting some pressure on like when they were on defense and stuff like that. They weren't giving them like easy looks. They were keeping them out the outside at least. Vegas was just controlling possession. And it was nothing crazy. Dallas would end up going ahead in shots. I think it was 4-2. And then Stevenson would get sent on a break as he snuck past Alexiak. And Heiskanen couldn't quite catch up in time. I know that's weird to say. He didn't look like he was going full tilt to get back, but I'm not going to harp on him. Stevenson does make a nice move as he comes in and he does a little forehand backhand, tucks one right through Dobie's 5-hole. And puts Vegas up 9 minutes into the game. 1-0. Reeves would run over Como. Like he comes from flying out of the screen. Like no idea he's even on the ice. And all of a sudden, boom, just Como gets planted. And then not too long after that, Reeves steps in to Lindell as he's breaking up a play. And that actually ends up hitting... He hit Lindell into Carrier, which started a scrum. So it would be a 4-4 after that scrum. Nothing really came out of that. Dallas would then go on a power play. Didn't look great. It got killed. Sagan would have a good look. Can't find it. We end the first period 1-0 Vegas. This is Vegas' first goal in the first period in 8 games. I didn't realize it was a thing until they brought that up in the broadcast. But anyways, we start second, and just like the first, Vegas starts pushing hard early, and they're working it. They're climbing up that possession time. I'm not super thrilled with how the play's going. But I'm keeping in mind it's a 1-goal game, and this is Dallas that I'm watching and that I'm cheering for. So really anything can happen, right? They're not looking super great. They're not like wearing them down or anything like that. They just get the odd shot here and there. Dallas would end up getting a power play 2 minutes into the period. That one looked horrid. Just really bad. They just couldn't get anything set up or anything like that. So that would end up getting killed off, and then Vegas would go on a power play with about 15 minutes left in the period. Sagan would have a big block off his foot, and that stung him really good. He didn't stand up for about like 10 seconds because he kept like trying to, but then he was like, you know. But he did stay in the game, and he did play the rest of the game, and he did seem okay after. So it might have just been one of those like stinger, like, you know, you get hit in the right spot, and it kind of like, so you get hit in the arm, it gives you like a dead arm or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Could have just stung really bad for a little bit. They end up killing that off. 25 seconds after they kill that off, they take another penalty, so Vegas goes back on the power play. That one we get killed off too. And at that point, I was really nervous because Dallas will start to rack up penalties, and when they do that, that's when Vegas starts to really control games, just because they start getting that momentum, they're getting that possession time, and they're starting to break and wear down players down. So I was starting to get nervous. Ben would then come in, he'd plant his guy in the corner, take the puck, go up front, and I think the last second he kind of saw Reeves barreling down. Not like it matters that much. Ben can hold his own. And he goes to tuck it around Leonard's pad, and he just gets it onto the toe. And it stays out. It was a good look. Can't quite find it. And still 1-0 Vegas. Klinger sends Gurionov on a break with a flip pass through the neutral zone. He gets a good look. He shoots his blocker side, and it kind of goes off the number just a little bit. Hits the crossbar, stays out. Gurionov almost gets that one. But once again, still 1-0 Vegas. Vegas would go on another power play with 7 minutes left in the second. And now I'm like, are you kidding me? We can't catch a break. Got those two good looks, both got kept out. Now we're just giving Vegas more opportunity to build the lead. We would kill that off, so that's awesome. There's a scramble in front of Dobes, but it stays out. Perry had a kind of a rough game again. Early on in the game, he took a weird stumble and kind of awkwardly ran into the boards, face/knee first. And then a little bit later on in the game, closer to the end of the second, he was skating to go to the boards and then keep it in the zone, and as he was rounding, looked like his leg just kind of straight up gave out on him or something, and he barrels into the boards drills him again. He was a little slow after that. He did stay in the game too, though. And we end the second. Dallas did put on a little pressure right in the last final minute there, but it wasn't enough to break through. We start the third. Stars go straight into the zone within 10 seconds, and they do a tic-tac-toe finished off by Tyler Seguin with the one-timer up top in the slot, and Leonard gets a save on it, and he kicks the pad out, and Vegas goes up. Here comes Riley Smith up the right wing, and he fires one glove side, and oh my gosh, 15 seconds into the period, it's 2-0 Vegas. At this point, I was a little oof. Because any kind of wind that we had in our sail from that second period, that last final minute, there it goes. That was a hard blow, I'm not going to lie. I was not feeling particularly great. I didn't think the Stars were working hard enough to find that goal. They had a couple good looks because they were starting to play a little bit better. But ultimately, it wasn't enough to even give me the confidence that they were going to do it. 19-20 into the game, so a little bit after the goal, it's a 4-on-4. Dallas is finally starting to spend some time in Vegas' zone. A little bit of possession. Wear down their team a little bit. Ben and Radulov are out front in a net battle. Lindell has the puck behind the net. He comes out and he throws it out front, and it comes. Ben sees it there and he pushes off and rips one right past Leonard's glove or blocker. It's a 2-1 game. That was exciting. I could feel not only my energy come back, but I could feel the Stars' energy come back. And now, it's a totally different game. Now I'm like, okay, we can do this. And you look at the Stars and the way they were playing, and just the way that they're just the way that they were. They were like, boys, we can send them home tonight. We can advance tonight. Let's do it tonight. So Ben scored that goal with 10:06 left in the third. It was a really good net battle in front. Countdown time until the final minutes of the third. Stars continuing to try and push to tie the game. That top line is going hard. Like, Ben looks very determined. Very determined. Like, he had a really good game. He really did. The Stars would get a power play with 5:24 left in the third. And so I'm like, okay, the power plays looked horrible. Horrible. Something's got to change. Something's got to happen. And Bonus, I guess, thought the same thing. He switched Klingberg and Heiskanen. He moved them to the different pairs. Nothing else changed, just those two guys. Well, that second pair, that's now Klingberg's. He gets primary assist on a shot from the point. He gets it from Gurionov, and he hesitates just slightly, rips one on net. The rebound comes out. Kiviranta, right beside the net. It's like this far from Leonard's pad, who's on the ground, and like right beside the net. And he roofs it. I don't know how many times or how many people could actually successfully do that, because that is such a sharp angle, because it is like this far out from his pad and like this far from the net. Like, that's a sharp angle shot, and that's impressive. That was an impressive shot. And you guys haven't seen or heard that Finnish announcer during Game 7 against Colorado. Yoel Kiviranta! Coming up clutch again. Another elimination game. Kiviranta scores another big-time goal. Ties the game. It is 2-2. I screamed really hard. I was so excited. And I did that. I did that Kiviranta excitement when the second I saw him pot that. Oh my gosh. I was so excited. We wouldn't get anything else going for the rest of that period. We would go to overtime. Overtime was fairly balanced. A few minutes in, White Cloud would end up taking a delay of game as Cogliano was pressuring him, and he went to chip it away from Cogliano, and he just so happened to bat it off the ice. Delay a game. Cogliano didn't touch it. The refs did meet to make sure they got the right call. They did get the right call. So Dallas goes back on the power play. And they're working it around, and I'm sitting there, I notice Gurionov keeps flailing his stick like I want it. I want it. So they're working it around. Klinger has it up top. He gives it across his back to Klinger, and Klinger looks like he's going to shoot. Then he passes it to Gurionov, who, boom! Oh my god, he lasers one in the back of the net. Oh my god, we're going to the finals, baby. We're going to the finals. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm just freaking out. I'm freaking out. I had neighbors text me being like, I could hear you. Obviously that explains that I was fairly excited. I couldn't really keep it contained. And I feel like that was me still trying to be contained, because really, still got 4 wins to go. Can't let it all out. During the replay, they showed Guryanov's one-timer shot was 110 miles an hour. Good luck saving that. Holy moly. What a bomb! 110 miles an hour. That is insane. So yeah, Stars win it. I'm honestly thinking for the finals, I'm doing live reaction videos. So like, record myself while I'm watching. And then you get my genuine live reaction from the game. If you guys think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments. Because I'm really thinking about it. But yeah, other than that, it was a good game. Obviously, because we won, so I'm not going to complain too much. And now we're going to the final for the first time in 20 years. I'm excited. Because this is the first one that I'm actually going to be able to watch in my life. But let's get into the stats. So Anton Hudobin saved 34 of 36 for a 944 save percentage. Leonard saved 23 of 26 for an 885 save percentage. The shots on goal in the first were 14-9 for Vegas. If I'm not mistaken, that's the most shots Dallas had in the first period this series, if I'm not mistaken. The second period was 11-5 for Vegas, and the third period was 11-10 for Dallas. And you go to overtime, and Vegas, they have 1 shot. Dallas, they have 1 shot. Guryanov, baby. I'm still processing this. The faceoffs in this game, finally a game they weren't dead even. They were 30-27 in favor of Dallas. Power plays, Dallas went 2 for 4. And Vegas went 0 for 3. So big advantage today for Dallas. Good to see that that little flip between Miro and Klinger paid off huge. The hits in this one. Like I said in the last video, I was expecting to see Reeves a little more in this one. And I didn't just see him. He was like headhunting. I won't go that far, but he was lining up huge hits and like coming from off screen every time and just blowing someone up. But I mean, I guess that's his role, right? And so yeah, the hits were 47-34 for Vegas, and the total shots were 36-26 for Vegas. I'm not gonna lie, I think I said this after Game 7 of Colorado that I had a little more confidence against Vegas than I did against Colorado. I didn't think it was going to be this much of a difference when it comes to like the series score and all that. And honestly, that doesn't explain what the games were like. This series was a lot closer than the 4-1 shows. Really, it was a good series. I got a lot of respect for Vegas. It sucks that they have so much struggle offensively. Actually, okay, for them it sucks. For me, they can figure it out next year. If there's anything that I missed, leave it down in the comments below. If there's anything you'd like to add, throw that down in the comments below. Don't forget to let me know if you want live reactions or not. Like I said, I'm seriously down for that. If you liked, leave a like, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the finals. Let's